We are Witches Who Podcast.
Hey, Dee.
Hey, Shelby.
Do you have a spooky story or something?
I do. I want to say,
oh no.
sadly, I do, because I think I'm still kind of shaking from it. So it was really interesting. So I was visiting somebody who was at one of those like 55 and up kind of retirements. It's not like it looked like a hotel. Mm-hmm. And so I was visiting with them, and it literally looks like hotel like hallways.
Okay.
And this person, I'm saying goodbye. This person is at their door.
I already hate this story.
They're at their door. And this person is having a little bit of memory loss and things like that. So I'm at the door. I'm saying like goodbye, and I'm kind of like turn towards them, and I feel this kind of like dark. I feel like it's somebody really tall, big, but it felt like almost like a cloud was slightly behind me, like on my right side because of the way I'm turned. And I felt it. And at the same time, like I turned to see who was there. But what I noticed right before I turned, this person looked up, like if it's staring at somebody, like if they're looking at somebody, and I turned to see who was there. There was nobody there. And then this person just went back to talking to me, and I said, okay, goodbye. Then,
oh no.
Then it was a little kind of tricky, kind of how to get into this, to find this room where I was visiting this person. And I was like, okay, now I have to leave. And I'm like, okay, I can't find the elevator I came in.
Ew.
Because there were so many so hallways and things.
And I was imagining like creepy fluorescent lighting and everything too.
Totally LED lights.
Ugh.
So I'm like, well, okay, I think I came this way. So I'm like, I'll just go down this elevator that I found. And I'll just like what makes sense based on where I am, where I thought I came in, go back. So I noticed all these exit signs. And so I'm thinking, okay, exit towards the front, like those, exit right, like in the red, they said an exit sign, and it's like red. Sometimes they're like green or something. And so I'm
always red or green. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. But so I'm starting to walk towards what I'm thinking is the exit.
Oh God.
And then, I noticed, because this is like a retirement place, so people kind of make their own apartments their own. And I noticed a particular figurine that somebody had like outside their door. And this person that I was visiting was on the second floor, so going down to the first floor. And I had noticed it, and I thought, oh, that was cool. I believe it was like a Trojan figurine, like they went to USC. And so I'm walking, and I'm like, okay, thinking, following the signs, and I continue to walk. And suddenly I went in a circle. I see that again.
Oh my God, how creepy.
I don't even know how, when I was following the exit signs, right? And I'm like, it's giving me Shining feeling.
Yeah, I don't like this
I'm like at The Shining.
You're stuck in a loop.
I don't like this. So then I see a courtyard like that went to like the middle, right? And I was like, okay, if that's the courtyard, clearly on the other side of this courtyard, it's going to be the front where I came in. That makes sense.
So you'd already gone down the elevator?
I had gone down the elevator. I thought I made all the turns I needed to take. I saw the exit signs, and it looped me back to where I was. Like I could see that I passed the elevator again.
Oh my gosh.
That I came out the first time. So at this point I was like, I'm thinking on the other side of the courtyard, it's going to be the entrance. So I'm starting to get a little anxiety, and I open the doors and go into the courtyard, cross it, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to open this other door. Then there's going to be, nope, same loop, basically.
What?
And now I'm like, okay, I'm getting more anxious, and I can feel just this kind of like, I'm just like, I'm getting more anxious, but I was like, nope. I'm not going to panic.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to find a way out.
Oh my God, this is so creepy.
I was like, there's all the exit signs do not point to the exit of the front of the building. They point to like exit routes, I guess, just like exit
like emergency exits or something.
So there was no sign of how to exit this place kind of properly. So I suddenly look at a door outside. It said exit, and it was to a door outside. I was like, I'm out.
Whatever it's outside, I'm going.
I'm going. So I left, and I was just yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But it gave me all the
So when
chills.
you got outside, where did it drop? Where did it drop you off?
To the side of the building.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So not even like I had to go all the way to the front.
How the heck did you get in?
I don't know.
That is so
but I did
creepy.
speak with a person there, and as I was saying goodbye to them and things like that, and I was like, I have to tell you that I had a shining moment.
Oh my God.
Like it was, and like it gave me a little sign. They were like, "Oh, you're the second person to
What?
tell us that it was like got lost in there." I was like, "Yep, I don't know, like what's going on." So, and then I mentioned it to a friend of mine, and who also has seen, has somebody she knows there, and she's like, "Oh, that place is totally haunted."
Oh my God.
I'm all like, fantastic.
No, of course it is. Like,
I'm never going back.
You have to.
Like,
You don't have to.
I'm not. I'm like, if I have to meet anybody, I'll meet them in the lobby.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not going back to the room.
Oh my gosh.
Like, not in like, no.
Oh my God.
I know. It was It was creepy.
is
The
so
creepiest thing I
creepy.
think that threw me off is I felt the presence, but I saw this person look up, like if
Like they
you're
acknowledged it.
like they look at somebody and then went back to looking at me, and I was just like, no. And then I get trapped in that loop. I was
my
like,
God.
no, not today, Satan.
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. I'm so curious about that person. Like, I want to like ask them. Like, do you see this thing often?
Did you see dead people?
Yeah, do you see dead
Did
people?
you see dead people? Do you know this person?
Oh my gosh, that's so
give me
creepy.
I got home and I told my husband, I'm like, I think I need an Epsom salt bath. Like I need to. So I did some deep cleansing. I didn't do an Epsom salt bath, but I did. I went outside. I, just kind of like really cleanse myself. I hug a tree and just ask the tree to take any negative energy and just connect me back into the earth and just do that. Did some breathing techniques, some shaking it out of the body because it was just very somatic. And then when I showered, I did do Epsom salt, but I didn't want to do like the bath. So I put
Like
Epsom
scrub or
salt. Yep.
whatever. Yeah.
And I washed my hands with salt.
Yeah, smart.
I was just and I felt so much better. I was concerned that I'm like, man, what if it's gonna
what if you
gonna
brought it
at
home?
night? Yeah. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it at all. It just kind of like, I'm like, no. Next time is like protected.
How disorienting that is too.
It was. Like I'm all walking thinking, okay, I'm following. And then you see the same thing you just saw. I'm like,
like, no, like there was a sign. Now you can't trust the exit signs.
no.
So it's like, what do you do?
I don't know.
Yeah, like it's so confusing. So then you're like, okay, I'm gonna try this again.
Yeah.
Same thing happens.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna do something different, and somehow the same thing happens. How is that possible?
Goodness. What is that movie? Is it a Billy Crystal movie where it's like Groundhog Day?
Oh no,
over and over?
Bill Murray.
Oh, Bill Murray. Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah. And
That's a good
just
movie.
Like, it's like the same
gross.
thing over and over. No.
That's
but yeah,
awful.
that was not fun.
Ew, yeah, that sounds horrible. I'm
Not
so sorry.
fun. I know. I was like, all right, well now I know, and we'll do this.
Start leaving yourself like Hansel and Gretel crumbs all the way through this
I was
hallway.
thinking, I was like, I need to put get out of the elevator and put like a little red string and just hold it all the way around. Then somebody
Drop a
cuts,
pin.
Yeah, somebody cuts it. Or here
my
comes
God.
the housekeeper, right, and cleans all the crumbs.
Oh my gosh. Or somehow somebody moved them.
Oh gosh, no.
You can't trust the crumbs either.
Oh my gosh, the bad energy kind of like lures you somewhere else.
Oh my
From
gosh.
this way.
No, it's
I know.
so creepy.
But anyhow,
Oh, that's a good. I'm so sorry that happened to you, but I mean, that was a good story.
I'm glad to be of amusement.
Very entertaining for me that
Great.
didn't have to experience it.
Yeah. No, see, here are like poltergeists happening. Well, not poltergeist necessarily, but some experiences. I'm like, no, thank you. No,
I'm not the one that asked for that.
I know. Well, hello everyone. I am Dee.
And I'm Shelby, and
We are the Witches
Who are we?
Podcast. We are the Witches Who Podcast. Let's do babies. Need a baby.
Like we just talk about this for a second. Like look at this video. Right now. And I still have like 3 months to go.
I know.
Like where
Shelby's looking adorable. Like so adorable. She's been wearing this jumper. And she's just like the cutest
I just
thing.
have to say these jumpers are $20 on Amazon.
Ooh.
And I literally bought like one in every color they make.
Perfect.
Seriously, best investment I've ever. If you're pregnant out there in the middle of summer, go on Amazon. I know, Jeff Bezos, whatever. I know, I get it, but they're $20.
Yeah, we should probably get an affiliate. So if we're going to be promoting, it's like, let's make some money for this
get my
podcast.
coupon code.
Just some money to, get some diapers here.
Yes, for real.
We need the cashish.
But yeah, so.
So we're talking today about creepy kind of things.
Yeah, not babies and
not
jumpers,
babies. But it may involve some babies and some jump scares.
Maybe actually.
But we're talking. So this is part
2.
Yeah. Of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, our fave conspiracy series part 2.
Yes, and it's a series of we don't know how many parts because there's so many conspiracy theories, and you guys continue to send us more on conspiracy theories, so we love it.
And I keep getting so distracted. I'm like, oh, I want to do this one. I want to do this one. I want to do this one. And I have to really reel it in. And but it's making for some very interesting conversation.
I know. I'm kind of excited. So I'm going to,
You're going to kick it
off with the Beyoncé conspiracy theory.
I know nothing about this one, and I'm so excited.
And it's so crazy because I wasn't very familiar with it either, other than I would say is like, oh, Beyonce is part of the Illuminati, which I'm going to speak on that. But there's so much more. Oh I was like, wait, what? Once you begin on this rabbit hole, you're like, oh, okay, there's a lot. All right, so
let's get cozy, everybody.
Cozy up, everyone. So,
okay, I'm sorry. That was a really annoying noise. Okay, everything's fine.
All good. Oh, good. So the first one I have is like Beyonce was never pregnant with Blue Ivy.
What?
Okay, so the theory and then why people believe it. So some conspiracy theories believe Beyonce faked her pregnancy with her first daughter and used a surrogate instead. Why people believe it? In 2011, during a TV interview on the Australian show Sunday Night, Beyonce sat down and her belly appeared to fold. Quote unquote, fold.
What?
Or collapse in a way that led
happen.
viewers to speculate she was wearing a prosthetic baby bump. People thought her body didn't change in the way most expected during pregnancy, and rumors increased when Beyonce and Jay-Z were extremely private about the details of the pregnancy. Okay. Now, Tucker's trying. He's like on his sorry, guys. He's trying to get on the couch where we are.
He's very upset.
His steps that make it to the couch have he needs a bridge to cross. I mean, he's just kind of like, okay, how do I get here? Like, how do I get on top of you guys now?
He's so irritated. I'm so sorry, Tucker.
Tucker.
You're just gonna have to chill.
Sorry, I think he may give up here soon.
Yeah, he'll go back down.
Oh goodness. Okay, so
sorry.
the reality. So all these are rumors, right? Like, okay, she's on this Australian show. Her belly folds, looks different. And again, I'm like, bellies can do different things. I think it can.
It's not like, where did it fold?
I know. So, okay, let's go with the quote unquote. And again, I'm going to say reality in quotations because a lot of these I'm like, that could have happened. Okay. So the reality is that no credible evidence that Beyonce faked her pregnancy. Many close to her have confirmed the pregnancy, and it's widely accepted that she did give birth to Blue Ivy. The folding bump video was likely a result of the dress and camera angle. Totally valid.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a really far-fetched one.
Why would she fake it? Like what?
I know. And so many people are like, yeah, I use a surrogate. And
yeah, like why? What? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That conspiracy theory doesn't blow my socks to be like, yeah, that could be it. Okay. This next one, I was like, wait, what? Okay. Beyonce is actually Solange's mother. So
what?
Yeah. The theory, this wild theory claims that Beyonce is actually much older than she claims and is the biological mother of her sister.
How old? What's the age difference?
Well, this is about. Okay. So Beyonce is said to have been born in 1981. Woohoo, good year. While Solange was born in 86. So only 5 years gap. Conspiracy theorists claim Beyonce's real age is hidden by her management and parents, and that she had Solange as a teen. It echoes similar rumors about other celebrities, like the age conspiracy around Keanu Reeves or Pharrell Williams.
Oh, I have heard about those, yeah.
Okay, I have not. I was like, wait, okay. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if she's gotten some, cosmetic. I don't know. I'm like, I can see the 5 years difference. Like, I'm like, I think that's her. When I saw that, I was like, wait, what? Come on.
That's a hard one for me to get on board with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you would have evidence of her being younger or like being
and pregnant somewhere, or somebody would have known something.
Yeah,
so.
like there would have been more, or somebody she went to high school with, or some, you know what I mean? Like there would have been more substance to that. I feel like.
I don't know who, drank some Kool-Aid and went with that one and wanted to become famous for a little bit. That, made
I
it
think
onto.
that's a lot of it too. Is I think people, especially with like somebody as famous as Beyonce, like anything you say, people are going to take it and blow it up.
So, there's no factual basis to this theory. Public birth records and long documented family history confirms that Beyonce and Solange are sisters. The age gap and timeline are well documented. So these two theories, I'm like, no, I don't. Me personally, I think she did give birth to her daughter, or maybe if she didn't, it's okay. Like, get a surrogate. It's not a big deal.
But also, like, why feel the need to hide it?
I know.
But I feel like other parts of her body during that time, like, she did get a little, like, her face got a little puffier.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just the belly, whereas I feel like you can, at a certain point, you can tell.
Yeah.
Right?
But
like,
with so many pregnant women, pregnant people out there, with camera angles, your clothing, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like people that are not pregnant look pregnant. Come on, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Beyonce is in the Illuminati.
Oh, it's good stuff. Here we go. All right, ready
This
for
is
this.
part of a broader pop culture conspiracy theory claiming that certain celebrities are part of a secret elite group called the Illuminati. Supposedly controlling the world through media, finances, and cultura.
I believe all of this.
I was about to say, which it is. It is. And if you don't consider it not even a tiny bit, maybe stop watching CNN and NBC and Fox and all that. Because, my dear, you're being programmed. Okay. So why people believe it? Why do we believe this? Beyonce and Jay-Z frequently use triangle symbols like the ROC, R-O-C, diamond hand ring, which conspiracy theorists associate with the Illuminati pyramid.
Yeah.
Her music videos, performance, and lyrics sometimes include occult or symbols imagery, eyes, pyramids, reference to rebirth, alter egos like Sasha Fierce, which I'm a fan of Sasha Fierce. And I encourage everyone to have an alter ego.
Yeah, I have
good.
one.
It's good for your mental health.
She doesn't have a name still.
I know you have such a good alter ego, Shelby, and she needs a name. Okay. Fans think her fame, success, and influence are too, quote unquote, too big to be natural. That, I don't know. Somebody can, come on. Come on. Look at Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right? Like he became beyond famous for I'm not comparing Beyonce necessarily to Jesus Christ. Let me just,
clear that one up real quick.
Let me clear that up before I get canceled. Not necessarily, just like you can go viral at any moment, in any timeline, any age, anything, any lifetime, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't think of somebody who else could it be? Like,
Yeah, that's hard if you
Marco Polo. I don't know.
know. Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. No, I don't like that one. Ugh. I officially say I do not like Christopher Columbus. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Anywho, but yes, that's the thing. So why people believe it? All because of these, I don't know. What are your thoughts with the symbols and things?
So are Beyonce and Jay-Z still married?
Yes, I believe so.
I've heard a lot of stuff about Jay-Z, and I don't know why in my brain I wasn't connecting it to Beyonce. But like I've heard like all kinds of stuff about like how he controls like the underground tunnels, like all this crazy crap.
Yeah.
But no, I did see, like, because he does wear a ring that is like the pyramid or whatever, and I've seen that and like a bunch of like symbolism on like album covers and stuff like that. And like to be married to somebody that has, I don't know, ties to these things, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you kind of, like that's kind of like a core thing that you'd have to be bought into, I feel like, you know what I mean? It's not like, it's like a core, or like a core value, but also like your belief system or like whatever. It's like, you're not gonna, a Satan worshiper is not gonna go marry a Mormon. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like I feel like
There has to be.
Yeah.
So a couple of things, I do believe they're definitely
like that's fishy.
yes,
There's something
absolutely.
fishy.
And they have been like the power couple for so long.
Yeah, like decades.
But with some of these, like, her music videos, performance, and lyrics sometimes include occult or, symbolic imagery, eyes, pyramids, reference to rebirth, alter egos. But it's like, are we in the Illuminati?
Yeah,
We
exactly. We do that shit all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm just
what
like,
am I wearing
okay.
right now? Like,
What are the tattoos that
like
we
look
have?
at all the tattoos on my arms, like literally.
Which is so interesting because we both have the Ankh.
Yeah.
And one time I've been having a lot of visions, like it's so weird. But I had this vision that it was like, oh, whoever has that, like must die because they're like part of this horrible thing. And it's like, no, it's misinformation. Get it right. Okay, now, quote unquote, the reality. There is no real evidence the Illuminati even exist in this form. It's a modern myth rooted in historical secret society, but heavily exaggerated. I don't think so. It's like, come on.
There's a clear gap between even just celebrities in general. Like there's a clear gap between like the elite and like regular old celebrities. And it's also like you can even go into talking about the celebrities that try to say stuff.
Oh yeah,
right?
Jim Carrey.
Like there's been comedians that tried to out Bill Cosby before all this stuff went down. Like the people that are like are too afraid to speak out against Diddy. And now look at what's happening.
Yeah.
Like it's
Forgot about
slowly,
him.
like starting to.
How interesting. He was so big. And I remember I used to love Diddy back in like the 2000s.
Totally.
And I totally forgot he existed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So odd.
So part of that reality, right? That is a myth. And also saying like the symbols Beyonce uses are part of branding and performing art, not signs of occult alliance.
Yeah, I could get on board with that.
Yeah. And yeah, we all use like pyramids. We both have it in our houses.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Like, come on, eyes. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is a good one. All right. So I have like 5 of hers. Beyonce is cloned, replaced.
Oh, I love this.
I like this. A lesser known theory claims Beyonce was replaced by a clone or body double at some point in her career, especially post 2014.
Why?
So fans point to changes in her appearance, attitude, or performance style over time. Like other celebrities' clone theories, Avril Lavigne, Paul McCartney, something she was replaced as part of a larger control operation. So this theory is entirely unfounded and comes from an internet meme culture more than anything factual.
Damn it.
I know. And I was like, that's kind of fun. But a lot of people, even were like, I remember, what was the other guy that was married to the Kardashian? Kanye West.
Oh,
He's like, suddenly his face changed. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't even look like him. And like, did he doesn't look like him
Yeah, it's
that
weird.
much anymore. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know. Their good years are long gone, I guess. So
that's a nice way to put it, I guess.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I like the clone thing a lot. 'Cause I've heard that, like, I've heard the Paul McCartney clone thing a lot too, but it's like, yeah, that would be really interesting if that's even possible.
so the other thing, one thing with the Illuminati and Beyonce, with this secret organization, her success, fame, and influence are thought to be the result of selling her soul in exchange to power.
Who did she sell her soul to?
I don't know. That was one of the things.
Interesting. I mean, you could make that claim for everybody, all of Diddy's poor little victims,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
Like poor Justin Bieber. Can we talk about that for a second?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Justin Bieber sold his soul to freaking
Yeah.
Diddy because he thought he had to.
Oh,
You know what I
gosh.
mean? Like, that's such so gnarly.
So we're gonna finish the Beyonce conspiracy theory with Beyonce is part of the lizard people.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Beyonce, what the theory is claiming, right? Beyonce is not human, but part of shape-shifting reptilians, aka lizard people or reptilians, who disguise themselves as humans and hold powerful position. This theory was made popular by David. Is it Eichel or Eichel?
Yeah,
Ike. Oh, David Ike.
Is it Ike or Icky?
Ike?
I don't know.
David Icke, a former footballer turned conspiracy theorist who claims that many world leaders and celebrities are actually alien lizards from another dimension or planet. These beings feed off human suffering and manipulate society through fear, chaos, and control. So let's just look at the quote unquote evidence, okay, used by believers. Glitches in videos, like blinking weirdly strange shadows or awkward movements caught on camera, are interpreted as proof of her reptilian nature. So maybe she's just not having an itch or a twitch. She may be a lizard. Her eyes shifting or skin looking scaly under bright stage lights is used to claim she accidentally revealed her reptile form. I'm so curious to know when and where, October 17, 2016 at this place. Here's the proof. But okay. Her intense, almost inhumane level of perfection, control, and presence is seen as superhuman or otherworldly.
Okay.
All right. So now the quote unquote reality. The lizard people theory is pure science fiction meets paranoia.
Okay. Well,
Sure. It has zero scientific or credible support.
yeah.
Does it, or are you hiding it?
Yeah, it's true.
The evidence is usually distorted or low quality video artifacts, makeup effects, or performance lights.
Like nowadays too, it's like, how do you know what's AI and what's not?
I know,
Yeah.
So are we really seeing, pictures from the James Webb? Or are we just seeing really good populated AI videos and
that's true.
pictures?
Very true.
This theory reflects fear of power, success, and change, especially when embodied by a powerful Black woman. So, interesting. Why the theory persists? They continue to circulate because people struggle to believe that someone could become so powerful, talented, and wealthy without secret help. They often reflect racial and gender-based anxieties. Many of these theories are more commonly targeted at women, especially women of color. They're fueled by the internet echo chambers, meme culture, and a distraught in mainstream narratives. They give people a sense of control in a chaotic world. If someone is pulling the strings, at least there's a reason for how things are. Dang.
Okay, I understand that. Like psychologically, like, yeah, I can understand that. But at the same time,
So check this out. It's like, is Beyonce a lizard Illuminati queen? And it says, no, she's a powerful, talented artist, not an alien shapeshifter from a reptile planet. These theories are entertaining to some, but they often come from dark places of fear, control, and bias. All right.
Fine.
Okay,
But also,
internet.
okay, even if she is a reptilian or is an alien or whatever, like, she's still Beyonce. Like, she's still crazy talented and still
I still like, I can't remember who I was talking to, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, love me some Queen Bee. And they're like, you still like her after this and that? I'm like, I still like Michael Jackson.
yeah, right?
Like,
I
if
still
you're
like
out
his-
there
his
sitting being
art
like, I
as
don't like
music.
it, I
Yeah.
know. But I'm like, if somebody's out there is like, I hate him after all these things. Yeah, he did a lot of like, probably really like a lot of shitty stuff.
Yeah, some
and
horrific
a lot of things horrible. What is real, what is not? I don't know if we really
don't
know.
know.
What's
Yeah.
the claim. Okay. But I bet you sitting out there maybe judging us, you're probably still boogie every time Thriller comes out.
for sure.
Your heart takes an extra, skips a beat.
Yeah.
And wants to do.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Agreed. 100%.
Anywho, I'm feeling fiery today. Sorry, everybody.
Which is funny because
It's probably my perimenopause. So just
we just
put up
ate
with
like
it.
so much Mexican food.
Oh,
and
so
we're,
we
like,
did. Yeah.
all tired, and now we're just like, but
Okay.
on our soapbox over here.
I know. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we'll settle that one.
I'm really excited that you went into lizard people because that's where I went hardcore.
Okay.
And I went deeper into lizard people, and then I'm gonna bring it home with one of my favorites, tried and true, Men in Black. And I'm not talking about Will Smith and that one other guy. I can't remember his name. What's that guy's
Jackie
name?
Chan. No.
Jackie
No,
Chan.
that's a different movie.
Wrong movie.
Yes.
I can see his face.
Me too. He did this volcano movie. Oh my God, he's super famous.
He's super famous.
Older gentleman.
Oh my gosh.
We are so sorry.
I'm the worst.
Yes.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Okay, well,
Okay,
you
we'll
Google
come
it
back.
while I start
We'll
talking.
come back to.
We'll come back. We'll loop back around. I watched 2 Will Smith movies yesterday too, which is really funny.
Which ones?
Independence Day and iRobot.
I don't think I've ever seen iRobot.
Okay, so we should
Tommy Lee Jones.
Duh.
We're
Oh,
sorry, Tommy Lee Jones.
My gosh. Duh.
Yes, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah. So I'm not talking about that duo. I'm talking about the legitimate, real Men in Black. But which I think the Men in Black movies with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones is just conditioning.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
disclosure happening before our eyes. What was I saying before that? Oh yeah, no, iRobot though.
Okay.
We should do an episode. It's all about AI, but
Ooh.
I
I'll watch it and then we should do an episode.
yeah,
maybe.
it's so good. It's about the robots revolting or whatever, and then there's like one good robot, and it's
like
good.
Wall-E, good robot, or
No,
okay.
it's like an army of robots that go bad. It's
okay.
basically like the world is. It's kind of like where we're headed right now. It's like the world is. It's so easy. Like everything is so easy for us, right? Like we have robots that vacuum our houses now, and like all these things. So you can have a robot in your home that cooks and cleans, does all these things for you, but then all of a sudden they all turn bad and become sentient and are revolting back against humanity.
Oh my God.
And they go and they want to murder everybody, and it's this whole thing. And yeah,
All right, I'm gonna watch
it's like Will Smith against the robots.
But he has
good.
one good robot friend.
Yeah, but then one of them like gains sentience. So I think I don't remember. No, I literally watched it yesterday. I can't remember if somebody's controlling these robots. I think that's what it came down to.
Okay.
But then the one good robot gains sentience and is like understanding him, and he's like helps him like win this robot war.
Nice. Good. At least he wasn't all alone.
Yeah, it was really interesting, but you should watch it. It's super old. It's like, yeah, it's an old one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. Okay. Where are you going with the lizard
Okay,
people?
so back to lizard people. So you touched on it a little bit and explained what the theory is, that these are reptilians from a different planet. Okay, so actually, a long time ago, in a land far, far away, there was a war.
Sounds like Star Wars.
Literally, though, for real. So it is said that the lizard people, so reptilians, are draconian. Have you heard this?
Yep.
Yeah, so they're draconian, and they came here. It's all about destruction. So they travel from planet to planet, solar system to solar system, galaxies to galaxies. All through the universe because they want to conquer And it's all, they just want destruction. They just want to destroy everything and move on. Like that's what their sole purpose is.
Okay.
And in order to do that here, they have to infiltrate. And they have to, because we are a smarter species essentially than a lot of other planets, I guess, which is interesting because I also feel like we're pretty dumb on that scale at the same time. Like, I feel like we're just monkeys that like, I don't know. But so their whole goal is to like infiltrate like our governments and like gain control that way, and that's how they're going to destroy, which is creepy to think about because look at where we are right now, and the even just riots that are happening and just revolt in general, and there's such a huge divide, especially in our country right now. So it's a little bit terrifying to think about, especially like democracy in general. Like it's supposed to be this like super fair process, and then you look at it as it's basically two parties against each other, and nobody's allowed to be in the middle or have opinions on both sides. It's one or the other, and it's super interesting.
Yeah, it's all about the division.
Division and separation.
Separation and the fear. Of course. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that gives a little bit of credibility to the purpose of the draconians, of the reptilians, these lizard people that we're talking about. So if Beyoncé is one of them, strap in because there's a lot more. So like Dee said earlier, the reptilian conspiracy is one of the most bizarre and enduring modern myths. It suggests that shape-shifting reptilian aliens control the world by taking human form and infiltrating positions of power. All right, so there is some ancient mythology and symbolism associated that could support. So you talked about the Illuminati, and I'm going to jump into the Anunnaki a little bit here.
Yes.
So Mesopotamia and in Mesopotamia and Sumeria, there were ancient depictions of serpentine gods like the Anunnaki. They're often referenced as possible reptilian precursors. So some interpretations claim the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial beings who manipulated early human genetics. So that is like the earliest account of these reptilians coming in. So the Anunnaki have always had this like negative like connotation about them, right? Whereas like I know we talked about this in previous episodes with ancient astronaut theory, where they weren't all bad, like right, like some of them came to advance civilization and support us. Well, the Anunnaki is not that. They came here to infiltrate, but not support by any stretch. They wanted control. They wanted manipulation. They wanted literally to change our genetics. So there's also a theory where the Anunnaki manipulated our genetics. So there's also like reptilian human hybrids. And that's how they're going to slowly take over of just like more and more reptilian DNA, right? And then it's also creepy when you think about it too, because there's that whole like 26 strands of DNA that we can't account for in our bodies, in every human. Yeah. Like, what is that? You know? Reptilians. Okay. Aliens. Yeah. I feel like, what's his name? Antonio, what, right? What's his name? From Ancient Aliens. Oh, yeah. You know, the crazy guy with the hair. Giorgio? I don't know, whatever. But he's like, aliens in his hands, you know? Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm him, like 100%. All the time. The amount of times I literally pause in like the conversation, just be like, aliens is ridiculous.
I love it.
I do it all the time. For normal things, too. Okay. The ATM's not working. Aliens. I know. The print store's closed. Aliens.
Oh my gosh, the print store. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So other ancient mythological backing or symbolism, the Nagas. So Hindu and Buddhist mythology.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So the Nagas are semi-divine serpent beings, sometimes benevolent and sometimes dangerous. They guard hidden realms and knowledge. So that's what the Hindus believe. So it's kind of like basically the Anunnaki. Oh my God, my phone just like popped up and said listening. What does that even mean? Don't listen.
Is the
Anunnaki cancel? What the heck?
Right
that was
now?
really creepy. It just like popped up on the bottom of my screen and said listening. I've never seen that before. All right. Well, somebody's listening to this. Hopefully a lot of people are listening to this. Okay. And then biblical references. So the serpent in the Garden of Eden is occasionally cited symbolically in reptilian theory as the beginning of the reptilian manipulation of humanity.
Interesting.
I've never heard that one
Nope.
before, and
I
that
have
one
not.
really got me for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, that Adam didn't want to, I don't know.
I have a lot of feelings about that whole story, but
Yeah. Yeah, I know, me too. Okay. Let's move on. If not, we can dive into another rabbit hole. Okay.
yeah. So lots of things you can tie back to reptilians. And I just with that story too of Adam and Eve and the serpent being like the first depiction or the symbolism of reptilians, like that early on. Who's to say that all reptiles here? So we have reptiles, right?
Oh yeah.
Snakes and Komodo dragons, and I don't know why I just went to
Regular
dragons.
little lizards. Yeah, like blue belly
There's
lizards.
so many, right? Are those descendants? Are those where did those come from? You know what I mean?
From the dinosaurs? And are the dinosaurs part of what came first?
Yeah. Or are dinosaurs reptiles or chickens?
Yeah.
Or birds? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What?
No, it's
Where
crazy.
can we go here? I feel like there's so many little outlets we could go. I don't know how much I believe that one, but
yeah,
it's more of I just feel like that's a story. That was the snake doesn't necessarily represent reptilians, but maybe I'm wrong. But
maybe it was just a snake kind of cruising by, and suddenly somebody's like, "The snake's I was just chilling, crossing,
totally
and
fear of the unknown. What is that? It must be evil. What? It's just Slytherin, dude.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, and so that brings me. So I also brought up David Icke or Ike or whatever the heck his name is. So he's a British author. I'm just gonna call him David because I don't know how to say the last name. So David was a British author. He popularized this theory in the 90s. But he said that interdimensional reptilian beings are infiltrated humanity in human form, and he said they're from the lower dimension. But he says the lower fourth dimension, which is interesting because humans were said to be in the third dimension, right? And we slowly have we've moved into the fourth dimension recently, right? And are slowly evolving and pushing towards 5D. But if the reptilian beings were already in 4D when they arrived,
that was a lower dimension.
That's a lower dimension, yeah.
So we're lower than lower. Well, now we're upper.
That's how they could manipulate and control us, probably. So that does make sense a little bit.
It does. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
These entities feed on fear and conflict and are said to be part of the ancient bloodline that rules over humanity, often disguised as elite political and financial leaders. Oh. Yeah. So
it's take a look at the government right now, or at the government the past 60 years.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So many world leaders, especially royal families, U.S. presidents, and corporate moguls are descendants of these reptilian human hybrids, is what the elite bloodlines that David and his followers believe. And they supposedly maintain this power through secret societies like the Illuminati and the Freemasons that we've talked about before on here, which is really interesting to talk about, to think about. So that's where the alien human hybrid comes in, where it's the reptilian human mixed up with the DNA manipulation. Okay, so.
Wait, okay, I have a question.
Okay.
So the hybrid. So literally a reptile looking being kind of had sex with a human female zillions of years before. Is that how it started? Or yeah,
or it was genetically modified, splicing DNA and creating embryo and planting it. It's all those
I'm all
abduction
thinking, how about
theories.
this guy? How would that work?
Yeah, which I mean maybe you know, but if they were fourth dimension and we were low, I feel like they probably had more technology.
Where I'm gonna impregnate you, put this inside you, and have you give birth. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, have you heard about those abduction things where it's aliens stole my baby or whatever?
Yes.
Or there's a whole thing about it. It's really interesting.
Dang. Okay.
So now that I've put that figure in all of you, The reptilians are said to be hidden in plain sight. They mimic human appearance, but under stress or certain lighting, their reptilian traits may glitch or become visible, like slit pupils, scaly skin, or cold behavior, like you were saying about Beyonce. And there's videos of like politicians' eyes changing or glitching. Often digital compression artifacts are used as evidence. I have later on like specifics, but the one that I've always go back to is the Hillary Clinton video.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Where it's really like fast and like, I don't know, you know, where she like blinks and it literally looks like her eyes like blinks like reptiles, like side to side, or like up and down, not, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So she's closing it like on both sides versus the top lid comes down. It's like both lids close.
Yeah.
At the same, like the bottom one goes up and the upper one goes
Like
down.
this way.
Oh, sideways
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Her eyelids?
No, her eyelids closed, but there's like that weird skin over
Yeah.
her eyes.
Oh, I saw a video, but it wasn't Hillary Clinton. It was like some girl at like some Australian show. And they're having, and she's like super pretty and she's all smiling and like she blinks, but she blinks sideways.
That
like
is so creepy.
And I remember I saw this years ago. Before I think technology got so good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It can still be
Could have been
made
authentic.
up, but it could have been. But it was like some girl just like, that is interesting.
Yeah.
But then again, like nowadays it's like, we're so, I don't know if I want to say like so advanced with, you know, special effects and all that and what we can do. I bet you if we ask Mr. Chat GPT
totally.
right now, make me a, you know, animated video of, you know, reptilians, a certain celebrity, ourselves into a reptilian, they would do it and it will look like
it would look authentic. Yeah, totally.
So
it's hard to even know what's real anymore. Yeah, it's rough, but you know, you can choose to believe or not. It's up to you, you guys. Okay, so it also is why. Like, why are they here and for what? Literally world domination. They just want to control everything. Like I was saying earlier. They want to control the global media to manipulate public opinion, which makes total sense. That's a politician right there. Star Wars and foster division to feed off chaos and fear. So it's literally, or start wars, not Star Wars. They want to start wars, which is, again, what's happening. And promote a new world order, consolidating power into one world government under their rule. Which is
exactly where we
totally
are.
what's happening. Yeah, isn't that
maybe they're getting their way right now? They're like, oh, finally, all these years waiting for this.
Yeah,
here we
it's
are.
just taken however long. Yeah, since the Bible apparently. Yeah, whenever that was.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to follow us on social media
the
at
beginning
Witches
of
Who
humankind.
Podcast.
True.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Super interesting to think about. So the evidence that believers point to are the video glitches, like we were saying, symbolism, use of reptilian or serpent images in pop culture, government seals, and corporate logos.
Just having a snake?
Yeah. That's just also, it says snakes or serpents. Yeah, I don't know.
That is kind of interesting. Well, what is the symbol for medicine? Doesn't it have a snake?
Yeah, it's the snake that like is,
I
it's like
forgot
the
what it's
Kundalini
called.
energy. Yeah, I forget what that thing's called too, but.
And then like one of the military flags is like, don't threaten me. And
Yeah, and
it's
it's the snake. Yeah. There's snake symbolism in everything.
I know.
Like literally everything. Like the eagle, holding the snake and it's whatever. And its talons. Like
like Mexico's flag has an eagle devouring a snake on top of a cactus.
that's probably what I'm thinking of.
It's like something.
Yeah, exactly. But there's so much snake, like reptile, mostly snakes imagery and like so many things. But yeah, so other evidence, behavior, you know, people are perceived cold, calculating, or inhuman. And the bloodlines, like the global elites are related. They're all related, supporting the idea of the hidden lineage of the reptilian people. So why do people believe in this? So reptilians represent the cold, calculating evil that the people feel is behind injustice in the world. Which, okay, I can understand that. Like it's easier to put blame on a specific situation. You know what I mean? Like this is why we have all this injustice in the world. In a world full of hidden agendas and corruption, this theory offers an extreme metaphor with distrust in the government. Okay, totally. Reptiles are often feared and symbolically linked to deceit or primal forces in mythology. Misunderstanding digital artifacts can make simple glitches seem supernatural. Which, okay, yeah. I think like glitches happen all the time. Like happens
We're
on
glitching.
here. Yeah.
I'm disappearing from, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like you go invisible all the time. Like I think a couple podcasts ago, I couldn't, like one of our voices got all funky and I could not fix it to save my life. And I was like, that could have been a reptilian. We could be reptilians right now.
Who knows?
Well, I don't know.
Hopefully we do good. I think we're doing good.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now it gets a little bit more into specifics, encounters. So, according to believers, there are some credible witnesses. So in 1999, there was an interview with David, our bestie David, and he claimed her name was Arizona Wilder, so he interviewed her. Claimed to be a former mother goddess priestess in reptilian rituals for the global elite. Like she would go, like literally do rituals with these people. How interesting is that? She said she saw Queen Elizabeth and other royals shapeshift into reptilians from these like satanic like ceremonies that she would perform for them. And she described underground rituals involving blood sacrifices and reptilian entities feeding on fear and blood. Oh. And then she later retracted many of her claims, saying she had been manipulated.
Dang. No, she probably, is she still alive? I'm curious.
I don't know.
Maybe they ate her too.
Yeah, she was, after that, she was sacrificed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so she would be claiming that David manipulated her into saying all that stuff later. But
come on.
Where would you come up with that stuff? So she was a mother goddess priestess, is what she said.
Mother goddess
in these
priestess.
reptilian rituals.
Dang.
Yeah. That's creepy.
Wow. Okay.
And they probably, in the underground rituals, like I was saying, like Jay-Z, just saying, you know.
Oh, yeah, with the underground tunnels.
Yeah, how creepy is that?
Yep.
And there's also, like, with the underground tunnels, like, I was just watching a video of somebody talking about, who was it? It was somebody, like somebody's daughter or something, like, a famous person's daughter, and I don't remember who it was, talking about how you have to be escorted down, like, they're all under LA, like,
well, I was
tunnels.
mentioning to you one time, and we were talking about the underground tunnels in LA, like how, you don't rarely see like celebrities like on the road, and suddenly there's these tunnels that end up in like the Rose Bowl or like certain places in Santa Monica, and you come out of like I don't know if it's like a garage or something, but it's actually because there's a tunnel there that go, and there's like Starbucks down there.
Exactly. So creepy.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
I want to hear from some of those partners that work there. Yeah. Right, that's so interesting. Like, how do you get a job there? I
have no clue, but I remember
like just to live in the tunnel.
I don't even know who had told me when I was telling you this or how I learned that, but that they're like, yeah, the way I was talking, and it's like, yeah, Will Smith, he's like doesn't tip, like he's just like such an ass or whatever.
So interesting.
And I'm like, I don't even know if it's true or not, but it's not hard to believe.
It's not hard to
believe,
like,
especially with everything that's happening in the world. It's like, that's just like,
and it's like, think about like the level of fame these people have too, like how inconvenient it is to just go to the store or like you just go out in public at all. Like I wouldn't doubt the tunnel system existed just so they could have some like ease of travel. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be like creepy shit,
of course,
but like,
there also are creepy stuff that happens like 100%. That. And we may call it underground, and it may not literally be underground, but it is underground because nobody's talking about it and negating and like really hiding it to quote unquote, to protect it. But it's and also can be very literal. Yeah, but it is also underground. Yeah, so I don't know. Okay, so I have more. So now I have specific glitches from celebrities and politicians. So a lot of these circulated online. I already talked about the Hillary Clinton one. That was in 2016. Okay. She had like a fainting episode. Oh. And some were claiming that was like a glitch in her appearance during that, like she shapeshifted during that time. There's also one about Barack Obama. Okay, I've heard of him. His Secret Service agent, so not him specifically. Oh. So in 2013, there was a video
that aired where it was an AIPAC. I don't remember what that stands for.
Okay.
I don't know. It was an event where a bodyguard appeared to have a reptilian features under odd lighting. So he kept on trying to like avoid the light.
Oh, interesting.
It was really weird. I want to look up these videos and watch them all now. There's one with Katy Perry and Justin Bieber. Bieber. Where they the slit pupil thing that I was talking about, blinking with the like the weird membrane over their eyes. And then Queen Elizabeth, which backs the that one lady's stories from earlier.
Yes.
Arizona Wilder's interview.
From the Mother Goddess Priestess?
From her. Yeah. But many people claim that they've seen her, her and members of the royal family have been seen momentarily displaying scaly skin and glowing eyes. Oh. Just like real quick.
Dang.
I don't know.
I would love to talk to all those people that work at, Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, totally want to hear about like any weird stuff. Like see like the whole skin in the bathtub where she
oh my gosh, she comes out so scaly. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so gross.
Oh, ew. But also those places must be haunted.
Ew, yeah. They're so old and like so many people have gone through. Yeah, that's gotta be. Yeah, I think about that too. But the White House is super haunted.
Oh yes. No, wouldn't want to.
No, that sounds gross and creepy. But talking about places, so underground bases and hybrid programs. So in Dulce Base, New Mexico, is an alleged joint human-alien underground facility. Whistleblower Phil Schneider was a geologist and former government contractor, claimed to have encountered reptilian beings in an underground firefight in 1979.
Wow.
Interesting. Schneider claimed reptilians were conducting genetic experiments and mind control programs, like MK Ultra, like we talked about on the last one. He was later found dead under mysterious circumstances in 1996, fueling this conspiracy circle. Like he was a whistleblower, now he's dead.
Yeah.
Because it was odd. Like he just, like there was no reason of his death. Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
But why is everything in New Mexico?
Yeah.
Like all the things,
it's interesting. It's always New Mexico or Nevada.
True.
Okay. So other strange things that kind of back this theory. Okay. So reptilian human I said theory and now Siri thinks that oh god, sorry. Siri, stop talking to me. What do I do here?
I can't help you with that.
No, you're right, you can't. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties today. Okay, so reptilian human hybrids often have Rh negative blood type. They usually have green or hazel eyes.
What's your blood type?
I don't know actually, but I'm pretty sure I don't think it's Rh.
OB, C.
It's like an A something. I think it's like AB something.
I don't
know. I should probably know that. I need to ask.
With all the blood tests you've been taking,
I know.
was like,
I don't know how I
which
don't
one
know.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rh negative blood, they usually have green or hazel eyes and psychic sensitivity. I have hazel eyes. My mom has green eyes. It's just my sister.
Leo has, well, actually both of them have hazel.
And I'm pretty psychically sensitive.
Yeah. What could this be?
The ruling elite frequently intermarry to preserve reptilian DNA. So like European royal family. So it's like keeping the bloodline pure, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. With all
Gross.
these children that are, special.
Yeah.
Like special. special because you're, marrying your first cousin or a sister.
God. So
oh gosh.
Yeah.
Right.
And the supposed link between these traits and ancient bloodlines traced to Sumer, Babylon, and Egypt. So there's like, just the same thing, keeping the bloodline pure and like the specific traits, like how in Egypt they had like the elongated heads.
Oh, yeah.
And things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, super interesting. And then there's psychic mediums that have channeled beings.
Okay.
Which I can get on board with. That claim to be reptilians, so like the Draconians, like I said, the Draco, aggressive hierarchical reptilians said to manipulate Earth governments. The Alpha Draconians are supposedly a warlike race from Alpha Draconis, which controls humans through fear and war. And then some channelers describe reptilians feeding off the Loosh, which is a metaphysical energy generated by human suffering.
Ooh. Like Monsters movie when they cry.
Yeah,
generate?
literally.
Okay.
Yeah, where like the screams.
Yeah, the
or their
screams, not
energy.
the cry. Yeah. the
Yeah,
scream.
yeah, totally.
Sloosh. Okay, I don't think I've heard
I've
that
never heard of
before
loosh
that.
before either. Yeah.
Oh, loosh or sloosh? Loosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Loosh. A loosh. It's a
Loosh.
metaphysical energy generated by humans.
Okay. All right.
Interesting, right? Yeah. There's also evidence in the Sumerian tablets depicting beings like the Anunnaki with reptilian or bird-like features.
Oh, okay.
The Nag Hammadi texts, their early Christian Gnostic texts, speak of archons described as cold, inhuman, and controlling entities, sometimes interpreted as reptilians. And the Mayan and Aztec deities, the feathered serpent, like I can never say it. How do you say it?
Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, that.
Or what was Cucuclan?
Yeah, yeah, that's the easier one. Yeah. Are used as proof of early reptilian worship.
Again, a snake. Feathered. Serpent.
Yeah, right?
Bird and, snake. Got it.
Yeah, interesting.
I like my feather serpent.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things, eyewitnesses, videos, ancient texts, genetics, psychological things, secret rituals. You can tie back so many things back to this reptilian theory.
Yeah.
The Anunnaki, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, like all those groups you can tie back to like these underground rituals and stuff like that. Like there's so many ties. But yeah. And it's interesting that I feel like the reptilian thing has really stood the test of time. Like this has been a theory for a really long time that people are just like okay with. It seems like,
But I think it's becoming more and more, I don't know. What is it like people know more about it.
Yeah.
And they not accept it
I was going to say
necessarily.
that, like, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like, like it's
It's not so
like
far-fetched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So outlandish out there. It's like,
Yeah.
possibly. But I think I may have mentioned it here where I had like an experience with a shapeshifter.
What?
Did I not?
I don't think so. Please share.
So in our old house, so you'll know something about me just now. I like to be tucked in at night and checked on, just like a baby. Okay. So in our old house, the way our bed was positioned, it was like, heading east, but the door's on the left side. So it was late at night. I always sleep with the light on until my husband comes to bed and he turns the light off. And then it's fine. I can sleep with like a light on. And I've done that since I was a little kid. And we watch a movie. He said goodnight. I'm all tucked in. He leaves. And the door wasn't closed all the way. It was like partially cracked open. So I remember I felt something in the middle of the night and I roll over and look towards the door, which is cracked. And I saw my husband, who I thought it was my husband. So I thought it was my husband, and it was like winter. So I remember like a beanie, and he had like one of those like flannel jackets on, but I couldn't see quite his face. I kind of like resembled the beanie, and I said, all I heard, shh, go back to bed. And I just rolled over and slept. The next day, I asked my husband, I was like, hey, did you come last night and open the door and check in? And he's like, no, I actually didn't. He's like, I didn't go check in on you at all. And I was like, are you sure it wasn't you? And I totally just saw like what would have resembled like my husband at the door. But I'm like half asleep, half awake. I clearly the door was a little open and like they closed the door and they're like shh,
oh my God,
just go back to bed. And it was not my husband. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was my first experience with some shapeshifter that was trying to attempt to be my husband.
Yeah. And you woke up.
Yeah. And
oh
it
my
told me to
God,
go
what
back
if
to
you
sleep.
wouldn't have woken up? What would it have done to you?
know.
Would you have gotten abducted or like worse?
No.
What?
I don't know.
Oh my God, that's
It
horrible.
just give me the chills now to think about it. But he's like, nope, I did not come to.
Oh my God, that's so creepy.
It was so creepy.
Oh my gosh, you totally almost got abducted.
No.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, so then it's like, yeah, that's like an alien shapeshifter for sure.
Yeah, I
Like,
definitely had a strong feeling of shapeshifter for sure. For sure.
so creepy.
I know.
Which actually
Sucks.
is a perfect segue into my next topic.
Oh, before you go, right now talking about underground rituals, I kind of wanted to touch on adrenochrome.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay, I know, I've heard this, but I don't remember. Yeah, so let's share.
So the adrenochrome, so a lot of the things with the reptilians and the shapeshift and all that is that, and you were talking about it, and I'm sure this mother goddess priestess would have seen like their human sacrifice, but maybe not saying that a lot of them could be children.
Yeah.
So it's adrenochrome refers to, it's actually a real chemical compound produced by oxidation of adrenaline.
Oh my God.
So according to the theory is children are kidnapped or bred in secret facilities. They're tortured or terrified with the fear, right? To produce high levels of adrenaline. That fear, that loosh, that is like by, you know. So the reptilian elite then extract adrenochrome from their blood and consume it for longevity, power, and spiritual energy.
Oh, that's so freaking gross.
So I know. So now, quote unquote, the truth. Adrenochrome exists, but it's not magical or especially potent. It's a simple compound with very limited medical or psychoactive uses. There is no evidence that people or aliens harvest it from others, especially not children. This claim is scientifically impossible. It has no basis in medicine, biology, or forensic evidence. And when I was reading this, I'm like, of course, it's not going to be like, oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, of course,
They drink it. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, of course, they're not going to put it out there. It's like, ChatGPT will give us so much, except that. Or, Google will give us all that, or Cloud will give us all that, except what it could really be going on.
Yeah.
So
there's so much bias. You have to sift.
you have to really. So again, kind of like the origins around the blood drinking myth, especially with the elites or non-human drinking blood, dates back, of course, to ancient anti-Semitic blood libel myths, where Jews were falsely accused of murdering Christian children for ritual purposes. Resurfaced during the satanic panic of the 1980s and 90s, when many believed that secret cults were sacrificing children, and was repackaged in 2000s by conspiracy theorist David, who proposed that many global leaders are reptilian shapeshifters, was amplified again in the 2010s and 2020s through QAnon. QAnon, which claimed that liberal elites, Hollywood stars, and Democrats run underground child trafficking and blood harvesting operations. Why do people believe this? So power
Human
plus
trafficking is very real.
it is very real. Power plus secrecy, suspicion. People mistrust powerful elites and institutions, especially when they seem disconnected from everyday life. Symbolism, misinterpret our rituals or metaphors in pop culture are taken literal, like vampires drinking youth sacrifice for flame, right? And we did have the whole, was it Twilight?
Yeah, totally.
Fear of evil. The theory gives shape to people's feelings that something is wrong with the world. It turns abstract fear into a concrete enemy. And confirmation bias, once people believe in a hidden evil exists, they see signs of it everywhere in celebrity behaviors, logos, or fashion. So from this, because it's pretty much quote unquote out there, right? This conspiracy theory has real consequences. So it fueled violence, including the Pizzagate incident in 2016, where a man brought a gun into a pizzeria based on a false belief that children were being trafficked there.
Oh my God.
It is tied to anti-Semitism, satanic panic, and extremist ideologies. It undermines real efforts to protect children by spreading fake stories that distract them from actual abuse and traffic. But I will say right now, as we're speaking, there are children being trafficked. And they could be under a taco shop, a pizzeria, or the place that you would never think about. A church.
Yeah.
You will never think about. And this is happening. And we just don't talk about it because, again, stream media is not giving it to us. So This was, I was kind of like, this is kind of funny. So it's like, in like summary, like the claim and the reality. Reptilians elite drink children's blood. False. No scientific, medical, or factual basis. Adrenochrome gives immortality or power. False. It's a simple chemical with no such effects. And then children are harvested by celebrities and politicians. It's like it's a dangerous lie rooted in century old bigotry and paranoia. Then again, I would say we're just like, you don't have to believe us. You can be, we're totally whack, or I am totally whack out of my mind, which you are right. But I would say always keep an open mind, because if you look at the database, really go online and look at how many children are missing in the world right now. Look at the places that they're missing from. Look at the population, the culture, all of that. You may have a different opinion of why these children are never found. And they're just like cold cases for years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I remember when I was a teen living in Mexico, and it was, well, not a teen, I was like a little kid, but it happened for a long time. It was like, never just be playing out there by yourself, because they are stealing, and they will literally tell me they're stealing children right now to harvest their organs, like to give the rich people organs for their babies, for the same 8-year-olds that, you know, they're dying or something for just for transplants.
How horrible.
And I remember there was a big thing like in Mexico City where there was like this big raid, and they got all these rescue like all these kids that were just kind of like being murdered for their organs and then just like discarded.
That's so awful.
Isn't it crazy?
But there are like that's not like a fake thing. Like that wasn't a conspiracy. That actually was proven. Like that happened.
Yes.
You know, and human trafficking is real, whether it's children or teens or whatever.
Or
it's
adults
or adults. Like it's especially scary for, you know, women of color and men of color, actually, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
I remember being in high school and having like authority figures talk about, you know, you never walk into a parking lot that's not well lit. Parking under, you know, we get these conversations as women in general. Like, you know, I remember a teacher teaching me, when you walk outside at night, if you're alone, like putting your car keys in between your fingers, like just in case, like that gives you some extra whatever to get away from a creepy person or whatever. But because it's super real, you know, being bought and traded, and it's not, this isn't fake. Like it's a horrible thing that's happening in our world. And also, you know, there's been, do you want to talk about the celebrity tie to that? Like Epstein Island, like,
Yes.
There's literally thousands of people that have said, yes, I've been here. Yes, this is what's happening. Like lists and lists of people that have been there, including our president. Like
no wonder we don't get the list, right? I was like, and again, let's forget. Like I'm just like, focus on all the other things. Yeah, we know he was there, and of course,
like come on. But like, why are we still trying to deny that these things are happening? Why aren't we talking about this? Why is it there are like global movements happening to stop this? Like, I mean, I don't know what the answers are, but it's like, it just seems like it's nuts to me that we don't, like, this isn't just something that we talk about all the time, because like, how terrifying is that?
I know. No, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's super scary.
Just saying, like, keep an open mind.
Yeah. Not to scare anybody or anything, but at the same time, like, there are real life issues as well as
now,
fun conspiracy.
Sadly, like you before, it was like grab your car keys in between your, you know, between the knuckles. Now all the cars are like, you know, you just have a push of a button. You don't even have a key.
You don't have a key. Yeah. Yeah. I still have a house key and stuff. So there's that. Or, you know, they, get some brass knuckles. I don't know. Wear rings. Spray. Wear a lot of rings all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know? But yeah, all right. So let's flip the switch a little bit and go a little bit more down into the paranormal route. It's not really paranormal. It's more extraterrestrial. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
But we're going to talk about the Men in Black. So again, not Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. They're actually real. So the Men in Black phenomenon is one of the most chilling and mysterious threads in the UFO and paranormal worlds. So unlike their Hollywood portrayal, like I was talking about in the Men in Black movies, they're often terrifying, surreal, and deeply unsettling. All right. Who are they? The Men in Black are described as mysterious figures, usually male, always dressed in black suits who appear after UFO sightings, alien abduction reports, or other high strange events. They intimidate witnesses into silence, confiscate evidence, or ask bizarre and unsettling questions. Have you heard of them before? Like
Yeah.
So
It's like another level of CIA, FBI for the
yes,
aliens.
it's a
or something.
secret government. This is what, it's a secret government, like,
Society.
or whatever they are. Yeah. Because they want to keep all this stuff. Yeah. Hush, hush, you know?
Hush, hush.
So the first known case of this, of the Men in Black was in 1947. And it was actually before the Roswell incident. So the Roswell incident also happened in 1947. So this was Harold Dahl reported a UFO encounter over Maury Island in Washington. He claims that a man in a black suit approached him afterwards, threatening him not to talk about this incident. And then some consider this to be the true birth of the Men in Black phenomenon, because this happened before the more famous Roswell incident. So there's like a theory that the government has known about aliens coming here and visiting us, and decided that they needed this Men in Black to control the situation.
Got it.
And then one of them crashed in Roswell, and that was like, well, crap, you know?
Yeah. That's, now we need to kind of guide the narrative.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
take
Have to guide
control
the
of
narrative. So the key characteristics of the Men in Black, obviously, they're black suits, their hats, and they always have sunglasses on. They're often described as pale, emotionless, and just a little off, like robotic, strange, maybe even like plastic-looking skin. Sometimes
are they reptilians?
Exactly. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, this is sounding.
And they sometimes seem to lack understanding of basic human behavior. Interesting.
Maybe they're aliens themselves.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. They usually ask confusing or inappropriate questions like, what is your time?
Oh.
What time is, instead of like, what time is it?
Yeah.
What is your time? They display psychic or telepathic abilities. And they often show up in pairs or in threes, typically uninvited.
Oh, great.
They always arrive in like old style black cars, like 50s Cadillacs, stuff like that. They're always black. They're super clean. They're like spotless, and they just vanish without explanation. They're just gone. Yeah.
They're in the middle of a christening and they show up.
Yeah.
Worst time to come. And then they eat the cake and leave.
Yeah. They Irish goodbye and ate the cake on the way out. Oh my gosh. So some chilling and bizarre real life encounters of the Men in Black. They range from UFO witnesses and researchers to everyday people who experience surreal, threatening, or paranormal Men in Black visitations. So there's quite a, like I went through, there's a lot. And I couldn't help myself. So there's like 8 different ones. But I'll go quick through them. It's just like I just summarized like each one.
Okay.
So a guy named Paul Miller was in the Air Force. He was an Air Force pilot. This was in the 50s in North Dakota. So Miller, an Air Force pilot, saw a UFO land in a field while hunting with friends. He claimed that he fired at the entity that emerged, then experienced missing time and found himself back at work with no memory of returning to work.
Oh, dang.
So one moment he was hunting with his friends in this field, and then all of a sudden he wakes up at work.
Wow.
Yeah. So the next day, 3 Men in Black show up to his work. And they knew about the encounter, although Miller hadn't even told anybody about it. And they warned him not to talk about it, and they just vanished. He said, they didn't ask. They told me what happened, like they'd been there.
Oh my God. So do these Men in Black erase memories or no?
No,
Like,
they just threaten you. Yeah, so they don't have, what are those, an equalizer or whatever they're called? Yeah. No, they're just threatening and scaring you, like intimidating you into silence.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so
that's creepy.
Yeah.
Like suddenly you wake up and you're like, how
did I get here? And now these people are at my work telling me exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
And I better not say anything about it. Okay. What? Yes. Okay, so another one. Jack Robinson and his wife Mary. This was in 1968 in New Jersey. Jack was a well-known UFO researcher. The couple had been noticing their house was being ransacked, files moved, and they were being watched on several different occasions, apparently. So Mary spotted a man in a black suit and a hat standing motionless across the street day after day. Yeah, so for several days, their house was being ripped apart and ransacked, and then she would see this man across the street from her house.
So were the men in black doing that, or was a ghost in the house?
I think it might have, yeah, who knows? Poltergeist or Men in Black. I don't know. I think they were probably looking or something.
Wow.
So a friend snapped a real photo of the man watching the apartment. This is one of the only known authentic Men in Black photos and is circulated around in conspiracy circles. Yeah.
Dang.
I know, I gotta find it. I couldn't find the photo.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. But isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I think because they were known UFO researchers, I bet you the Men in Black are trying to find evidence and get rid of it or whatever.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones.
Well, they were doing a crappy job if they went day after day to.
Yeah, and they didn't try to hide.
find- yeah.
They just stood across the street, like knowing that she could see them. Like, what? I don't like probably trying to scare her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this one's my favorite. Well, one of them. I love them all, but Dan Aykroyd.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the
Cone guy.
Ghostbuster.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I was thinking, was it Coneheads?
Oh yeah,
Dan
he's in
Aykroyd, he was in
Coneheads too.
Coneheads too, yeah.
I love that movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So in 2002, Aykroyd was producing the movie, producing a documentary on UFOs called Out There. He took a phone call outside his studio from Britney Spears, who saw a black car pull up and two men in black suits got out and stared at him. Yeah, minutes later, which is kind of sucks. You can't even ask Britney about it now, you know? Yeah. Minutes later, he returned inside and was told the show had been canceled without explanation. So he steps outside to take a phone call, and then the second he comes back and talks, oh my God,
What was that?
what just happened? Poltergeist is happening. It was your food, your pastries.
How?
I have like full body chills right now. That has been there for hours.
And it was not at the edge.
No, it was not at the edge. It was pushed like in. Oh God.
Wait.
What is going on?
It's on the floor, like.
And it's backwards.
How
did it fall like that? If it would have fallen, okay, you guys, listen to this. Just so
Is Men in Black going to knock at your door?
no. Okay, so it's we've been recording. You've been here with those pastries for like 3 hours now.
Yes.
At least. Okay, so we're on the couch right here, and across from us is the kitchen, and they have like a counter. It's like a U-shaped kitchen. And Dee had her pastries in a paper bag on the counter, but like pushed inward. So even if it fell over, it would have just fallen on the counter. But just now, as we're talking about this, it literally had to have slid off the counter. Like there's no way.
And yeah, because if it would have fallen because of the weight, it would have fallen the opposite way.
And
which
just
the
fallen on the
lid,
counter.
It's
Yes, and it's laying on the floor with the opening facing the counter.
I know. I don't want to eat these pastries. They're the best pastries ever.
What just happened?
Where is
I
Tucker?
finally
How is he not
manifested
eating
my
them?
poltergeist.
That was insane. Okay.
Hello?
We only welcome and allow and work with high vibrational frequency of
God.
love. If you are not thou, get the hell out of this house now.
And Tucker didn't even react.
I don't even know where he's at.
I think he's just on the bed right there.
Oh, he is. He's sleeping.
just
I can
sleeping. I
see
can-
his reflection on your oven.
I can hear his little snore. He didn't even care.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening in my house right now?
I don't know.
That was really creepy. And it was like aggressive. Like that was a loud, like I hope they can hear it on the recording.
Oh, I know. Well, we're gonna hear all the yibbity yabbity
Yeah.
we've been doing for sure.
Oh
That
my gosh.
was insane.
All right.
Okay, well, continue with Mary and Perry. Who were we talking about?
Who are these people? I was talking about Dan Aykroyd. And
Oh,
Britney
Dan
Spears.
Aykroyd, yes. Oh, yeah, that they cancel him. Like
Yeah,
he
they canceled his show.
So hold on, did he see the Men in Black, or was Britney seeing the Men in Black? Who showed up? Where did
He took a phone call outside from his studio from Britney Spears, and he saw a car pull up in black. And 2 men in black suits got out and were staring at him. Minutes later, when he went back inside, they literally were just like, "Our show's canceled. No explanation.
So he never
Show's canceled."
recorded this show of
No,
out
well,
there.
there was some footage, but it was never released, it says. And then, so his quote, he said they looked like agents, like CIA guys, but there was something odd about them, not quite human. That's literally what Dan Aykroyd said, word for word.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I can't stop looking at
know.
the kitchen now.
Just-
I'm like, is the bag going to move even more? Like,
Oh my
what
God.
else is going to
Imagine
fall?
just sliding to Slither.
Oh my God.
like Drac.
I'd have to leave. I'd have to just, yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Deep breaths and continue. Continue with the men. If somebody knocks at your door right now, I'm just like,
Oh
gonna
my
pee
God.
like myself.
I have to pee and everything right now.
I know. After
Always. Yeah. Okay.
I'd be like, Shelby, I'm gonna pee with the door open.
yeah. Lights on.
Lights on, door open. Oh man. Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. I have a few more and then we'll wrap this up. So the strange case of Timothy Beckley. He was a longtime UFO author and publisher. Claimed he was visited by a man in black during the 70s who had glowing eyes, pale waxy skin, and no visible ears. That's creepy. The men in black interrogated Beckley telepathically. Yeah, about his work that he's been publishing in the UFO and world.
Oh my gosh.
He later received strange type letters from unknown senders demanding he stop printing alien contactee materials. How odd is that? Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I just love these stories so much. Okay, the next one is men in black and sleep paralysis.
Oh.
So there's multiple cases. This isn't one specific. So many people report shadowy men in black suits appearing during sleep paralysis episodes following UFO sightings or high strange events. The common details are glowing red eyes or pure black faces, telepathic threats to forget what they saw, strange buzzing or humming sounds. I've heard that one actually quite a bit. The feeling of soul draining or cold hands around the chest and throat. Some theorists think that interdimensional entities rather than literal men are appearing in altered states of consciousness or the dream space. Yeah, that one's gross. Okay, a couple more. Solway Firth Spaceman. This was in the UK in 1964. A fireman, Jim Templeton, took a photo of his daughter on a grassy hill. When he got it developed, there was a figure in a white spacesuit behind her that hadn't been there and the photo was taken.
Oh man.
Yeah, right? So then later, 2 men calling themselves number 9 and number 10 came to question him, which is so creepy when you think about like Agent K, right? And Agent whatever, J, whatever his name is. Like they don't have names, they just have letters and they don't have names, they have numbers. Yeah. They were hostile, he said. They never identified themselves and became angry when he denied seeing the spaceman in person. Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, we know.
Like, don't lie to us. We know you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
This one is in Connecticut in the 80s. It was about a black Cadillac. So a UFO witness named John Maynard claimed he was followed by a black Cadillac after reporting a strange aerial encounter. The car would tail him silently, then disappear, sometimes literally in front of his eyes, just pop out, like just disappear, dissipate. Once, the car pulled beside him and the driver's face was completely blank, like a mask or a doll, like just no expression,
creepy.
no like, yeah. After several weeks of this happening, the car stopped appearing after he refused to talk about the incident. Ugh.
That
Gross.
is not cool.
Yeah. Okay, this is my last one.
Okay.
Men in Black visit after Mothman sighting.
Mothman?
Mothman. The cryptid Mothman.
I can't think of it.
You brought him up last time.
Oh, shoot. And after, I'm like shook from what just
I
happened in
forget,
your
it's
house.
in West Virginia, I think. And there's Mothman is like this, like, I know. I'm still very worried about the back of it.
I know.
Yeah, there's like this a whole statue of Mothman and everything that he's like this gigantic moth creature.
Okay.
that like, I don't remember exactly what he
so
does, but
okay.
this could be in part 3 when we talk about it in part 3. Okay, so dozens of locals, this was in West Virginia, Point Pleasant, West Virginia in 1966. Dozens of locals saw the winged creature known as Mothman. Afterward, strange men in black suits began visiting witnesses' homes. They spoke in robotic voices or stilted voices. They didn't seem to understand food, everyday objects, or basic social behavior. Like, people would offer them like water or whatever.
Yeah,
They
like,
were like,
coming in.
no, like they didn't understand like what was happening. Some tried to buy or steal photographs related to Mothman or UFO sightings. One witness said the man in black asked for water, then watched it curiously and didn't drink it. How weird. Oh, I hate that.
What is this?
So weird.
It would have been weirder if he would have put like his finger in it and drink the water
or
through
like,
the finger.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so creepy. Ew, gross. Like a true reptilian.
oh,
So what makes these stories creepy
Incredible.
and weird?
Okay.
Yeah, incredible. I don't know. You know, all of it. Everything about it is creepy. But just many men in black seem almost human, but not quite. It's like the
that's
shapeshifters.
interesting.
Like,
yeah, shapeshifters.
right? It's almost just like,
Absolutely.
ooh, are they part of a government conspiracy, or are they aliens? Are they like, you know, like what are they? Many people feel confused, foggy. Like, these are consistencies
Okay.
that kind of give credit a little bit. Many people feel confused or foggy, or like they just can't really remember the encounters. Several witnesses abandon their own research, retreat from the public, or claim persistent paranoia or hauntings after the visit. Yeah. Repeated claims of psychic intrusion, draining fatigue, or even illness following an encounter with the Men in Black.
Dang.
Isn't that super creepy?
Wow.
Yeah. So it sounds like there's lots of ways that we can avoid the Men in Black as well.
Oh, okay. Yay.
So you can shield yourself. So if they are truly telepathic, or they are alien entities or negative beings or whatever, we can. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's snoring.
Oh, it's Tucker. Okay, good.
It's Tucker. Yeah.
I was like, what is
The
what
bad
now?
is moving.
It's moving.
My gosh. That is crazy. I'm all
But-
thinking, I can't eat those pastries.
I know.
Like somebody touched them. I can't.
Oh my gosh, what if there's a
pastries.
bite taken out of one? That would be so scary. I like don't even want to get up and go over there. Okay. So
We'll
talking
record
about
all the things here. She's gonna give birth on this
Forever.
live, okay?
So there's also protection techniques, just like
Okay.
what we should be doing right now in case this ghost is bad. Creating boundaries and setting up like your energetic protection, like visualizing your white light energy fields around your body, grounding, using salt like you were earlier. And then this one I thought was really funny is using iron, just like in folklore, like fairies.
Oh yeah,
are
like an iron
repellent.
nail or
Yes.
something. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like if these Men in Black are truly like creatures, or truly
Yeah.
like not from Earth, then like these things should work, right?
Offer them a nail to their chest.
Yeah, right. You know, what else is iron?
Yeah.
You know, so there's like different things you can do, and like just
Okay.
energy work and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just like you would for any other negative entity, but that's under the assumption that they are not physically
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
humans.
So they're not gonna be, Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
Flesh.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That is just pretty crazy.
Yeah, I love
Well,
the
what
Men in
an
Black
episode.
theories. I know.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a long
I
one.
didn't know that much about them. I thought it was going to be like, regular humans.
Yeah.
CIA just being like,
Totally.
hey, we need to keep this under wraps. You don't cooperate, you die.
Yeah.
Or we threaten your family or whatever
Yeah.
that would be, but not with this like no face
Yeah,
and
they're like creepy.
vanishing and things like that. It's like some mind game.
It kind of just seems like they're trying to impersonate humans,
Yeah.
like government figures. That would
Shapeshifters.
like, yeah,
Times 111%.
so creepy.
Well, this episode had been fantastic.
Yeah,
Scary too.
yeah. It's been haunted. It's been
yes.
you know,
We started with a creepy story. We finished creeped out.
yeah.
So
Pray for us, everyone.
yes. Oh,
Okay, now Tucker's barking at something.
What? Are you okay, Tucker?
Okay.
Tell it to go away, Tucker.
What's going on?
I don't know. Okay, but we're going to sign off. If this is the last
need to go
episode we
investigate.
recorded, then you may know what happened to us.
Yeah.
The Men in Black told us to not talk anymore. And
my
here
gosh.
we are because we're terrified. So please send us your creepy listener stories.
Please, if you experienced any Men in Black, please let us know.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we would love. We do listener stories every 10 episodes. So please just share them with us. We love them. We always love to hear from all of you. We drop episodes every Thursday, and we look forward for more creepy, weird, and curious things around. So
Love it.
and join us on the medias, also on Patreon. We have an incredible group on Patreon where it's only $5 a month and you get incredible things. I can't even think right now because I feel freaked out about how that felt. I know. We need to muster up energy to go do that. All right. Well, till next time, everyone, tune in, stay curious. Besitos. Bye.
Peace.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to follow us on social media at Witches Who Podcast.